Well, certainly, you've started to touch upon it, and that is a big cap hit on it as well. With all this defensive talent and experience coming back with 10 starters, and Iowa's got a capable offense. Wisconsin doesn't have the running back room that they typically do, but we know that with Graham Nertz at the controls, they're going to be difficult to deal with. Nebraska's got to face Ohio State on the other side, of course. But this Oklahoma bunch is going to be quite the challenge. So that's going to be a stellar matchup there between that Nebraska defense and the OU offense. And as you mentioned, possibly the best quarterback in the country.
And well, you know what, too? I mean, right now, we don't have any. The media doesn't have much to talk about except for the upcoming season and expectations. And you're going to keep hearing that name, Spencer Rattler, more and more as we get closer to the season kicking off, because just the way he ended last season, and the jump that he made so quickly that he looks like the best guy returning, the best quarterback out there returning, and going to lead everybody's Heisman list until something else happens. So, yeah, I mean, we touched on it a little bit, but Oklahoma. Now I know they've added some. I think they've added some transfer receivers and maybe back or something, but they always reload there anyway. They've always got a lot of talented weapons there, and but this Nebraska defense like we said, it has the chance to be something special this year, and that right there is going to be the test, because you start the season off with the Ball and Bielema's, and you don't know what to really expect with them, with the new coaching staff there, and Fordham, I don't think you're too worried about that one. And Buffalo's got so much turnover going on there with coaching staff and players and stuff that you expect Nebraska to beat a Buffalo team and be 3-0. So, and I don't suspect that any of those teams are going to really give much trouble to that Nebraska defense. And so I think we're going to see where they can set the standard there when they go down to Norman.
So basically, on the defensive side, we're just looking at the one corner spot, to be decided.
Yeah, and you did lose Will Honus to a knee injury here this spring, and he looks like he should be get another medical red shirt as well. And he's another guy that might be back during the season too as well. So that's a little bit of a setback there, but they've got plenty of guys there that have had a lot of action this spring, and you bring in the transfer, the Northern Iowa transfer, that he's already an experienced guy and has already proven that he can play the position here at Nebraska.
So with the 11 that are always on the field, and then considering you've got to go to nickel packages on certain downs and whatever the rotation is along the defensive front, these teams are getting to the point where they want 7 and 8 guys to rotate along the defensive front. So I'm thinking there's the 10 guys that are coming back from last season that are starters, but there's probably 15 to 16 guys at least in play that are going to be significant contributors.
Oh yeah. There's they've got a lot of depth up front. They've got a lot of linebacker depth, and they got a lot of secondary depth, and you're going to see a lot of guys like a Miles Farmer, Noah Pola Gates, just names like that are going to start playing some very meaningful minutes and be out there in key positions. So it looks very strong, and this defense, I think that Coach Shenander doesn't get enough credit for what he's been putting together here. That kind of consistency that he's been showing here, with his defenses, that's what you want on the offensive side of the ball as well. So, yeah, I don't see any real holes this year on that defense. And you kind of look to see, like, some of these newcomers, like a Jordan Riley, who's just a monster. You know, he's 6'8", a defensive end coming out of JUCO, and you'd like to see him make a difference, and I think he's looked pretty good all spring. So yeah, and then you look at a guy like Darian Daniels, who's been around here for a long time. That you know, his brother came in here and played at a high level for a year, and you know, it's his turn now, and he's lost a lot of weight and reshaped his body. I think he's down to, what do you say? He was down to a trim 330 or something like that, or 315. I can't remember what he said, but he dropped 30 pounds, he said. So, you know, that's a big key for him to be able to stay on the field, you know, because we all know that availability is the biggest asset that you have as a player. And if you're gassed and can't go for more than a couple of plays at a time, you're not helping your team out very much. So I think that you'd see guys like that now that have rededicated themselves and their bodies to, you know, be the best they can be now.